Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about conducting scientific research as a student. And I'm going to look at some overview and actually discuss some information that is important basically for students engaging in scientific research. And my presentation will have the following outline. First, I'm going to talk about what scientific research actually is. Then I'm going to talk about academic institutions and the various study levels that actually require scientific research. Then I'll also talk about being a research student. Then I'll summarize the whole presentation. Then I'll bring the presentation to an end. So let's get started. Scientific research basically is an academic activity which is undertaken to help generate knowledge, knowledge that we will use, to live our lives, knowledge that we will need to help improve the world so we can live better lives. And this knowledge basically that is generated out of scientific research is basically aimed at solving the specific problems confronting humanity, and this knowledge may be something that could be applied at a global scale or something that could also be applied at a local scale, basically. But the main important thing here is that the knowledge should be aimed at solving problems confronting humanity. And some of the typical solutions which typically arise out of scientific research may include the development of a machine or a device. It can be the adorn of a new theory or a new knowledge or some new perspective or a new way of doing things more efficiently, basically. These are some of the solutions that can actually come out of typical scientific research. And generally, scientific research is a gradual process and it takes place one step at a time. And sometimes, depending on the kind of research you're doing, one step could actually take you several days, weeks, months, or even sometimes years, to accomplish just one step. So it's a step-by-step process. So you accomplish one step, then you move on to the next. And once you accomplish that, you keep moving to the next. Basically, that is what scientific research is. And because of this, it requires a lot of patience and a lot of dedication to do. If you don't have patience, you can't do scientific research. And scientific research is the main pillar, behind the various global technological advancements that we see around, the internet, the machines, the computers we use, social media, vehicles, airplanes, all the things, the gadgets, the gaming consoles that we use in our day-to-day lives, for all the various purposes, we're driven basically by research. And out of the research and knowledge generated, these devices were born. Scientific research is mostly carried out in various academic institutions, typically in universities, or in some of the special dedicated research institutions, like institutions like, let's say, NASA, or some of the global institutions that do various research on, let's say, water, air quality, development of electronics, or whatever it is. Basically, that's what it is. So it happens either in a university or in a dedicated research institution. And in universities, scientific research is typically done as part of the curriculum of study, at the level that you are at a university. In a university, the studies can be done at various levels. And these levels that the study can be done may include diploma. It can be done at the HND level or the higher national diploma level. Or it could be done at the Bachelor of Science level or the Bachelor of Technology level. Or scientific research can also be done at the Master of Science level or the Master of Technology level or the Master of Philosophy level. And at the terminal level, which is a PhD or a Doctor of Philosophy, scientific research is also done at that particular level. And there may be another level beyond the PhD called a postdoc or the post-PhD level, where scientific research can also be done. So these are all the various levels at typical universities where scientific research can be done. And at each level, the general requirements for the research are basically the same. However, there are minor differences between the levels, because the higher you go, the much more rigorous the requirements, or the much more stringent the requirements. And as you go high up, let's say from diploma to HND to BSc to the master's level to the PhD, the requirement for the research is more intense, and especially at a high level, at the Doctor of Philosophy level, it's a requirement that your research must be original. It mustn't be a copy of something that somebody has done. It must be original, and there must be some unique knowledge that you have generated out of your research that will be of benefit to the world, basically. And at this study level, the student is required to work with a supervisor to produce a solution which is original. And this solution during this particular research period must be provided, or the research must be done within a certain given time frame. So typically, for, let's say, at a diploma or at the HND level, the research may be done maybe in a time frame of about 1 year. At the BSc level also, and also at the MSc level, the research may be done also in a 1 year period. But typically at the PhD level, the research may be done, let's say in a 3-year period, or sometime in a 4 or 5 year period, depending on the kind of program you are embarking on, and depending on what kind of research that you're doing. Some of them may even take much longer than 5 years to do at the PhD level. Being a research student generally comes with stress and responsibility, because research requires dedication, and it is important that you are in the right frame of mind, to be able to embark upon this particular research, because there's a lot of responsibility on the student, and you must deliver at the end of the day, or at the end of the process. So because of this, as a student, you must have the right mindset, you must be organized, and you must be prepared adequately for the task ahead of you. Because your research is done within a time frame, you must be able to prepare yourself so you can actually finish the research work within the time frame. Basically, it's very, very important. And as a student, you must dedicate consistently time and resources towards your research day by day. You must maintain focus. Procrastination is your enemy during this process. You must never procrastinate. You must always focus and have a dedicated time within the day to work on your research. And once you're consistent enough, in your research day by day, regardless of even how small the dedicated time is, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours a day, you will definitely make progress eventually as you go ahead. One of the things, that can disrupt your research or your thought flow processes is procrastination. Once you procrastinate, or once you leave, you don't have a dedicated time frame, you work on the research, let's say 1 day, and then you put it off for the next 1 week, and you come back to it and all that, it will be difficult for you to make progress. But you can actually make meaningful progress if you focus and you are consistent daily, day by day, regardless of how small the time is. If you are consistent enough, you can actually make meaningful progress with your research. And as a student, you must be able to think about the research on your own, and you must also be able to consult your supervisors and other people outside for ideas we can help inspire you, or we can help move you forward in the research that you are undertaking. And at every step of your research as a student, you must understand that your supervisor is there to help guide you through your research, but the supervisor is not there to do your research for you, because your supervisor was a student some time back, and he or she has finished his or her research long ago. Now it is your time. They are there just to guide you, but they are not there to do the work for you. So the basic responsibility lies upon you as a student to ensure that you take the first step towards your research before others can also come in and support you. So in summary, scientific research basically helps to generate knowledge, and this knowledge can lead to the development of products which can help solve the various challenges that confront humanity. Challenges with drinking water, challenges with food, agriculture, challenges with technology, challenges with health, disease, medicine, several other things. Basically, these are the things scientific research is targeted at helping to solve these problems. And scientific research is the main pillar globally supporting the various technological advancements that we see around. And scientific research is typically undertaken in universities and in other dedicated research institutions at different or various levels, And as a research student, you are mandated to work with your supervisor on a research project. Your supervisor is there to help you. Your supervisor is there to guide you because your supervisor has experience that can help you avoid certain obstacles that can actually stall progress of your work. So you should be able to work with your supervisor on your research project. Research can be stressful for you as a student, so it requires dedication and it requires consistency. Once you are dedicated and you are consistent enough with your work, you will make progress and eventually you will end your work at some point. So this brings me to the end of this presentation. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.